Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Concord Township Board of Trustees meeting for January 5th, 2025. And would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Patriarch, can I have the roll call, please?
Mr. Dondorfer.
Present.
Mr. McIntosh.
Present. And this evening we are just Mr. Dondorfer and myself. Mrs. Lucci is out of town. So the next item of business is the approval of the minutes from the January 3rd organizational meeting and regular trustee meeting.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I will make a motion to approve the January 3rd, 2025 organizational and regular trustee meeting minutes.
And I will second. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Elected official report. Fiscal officer, Mr. John Patriarch.
Thank you, Mr. McIntosh. First, I'd like to welcome the two young ladies in the audience who are applying for the Ohio Township Association Scholarship. It's always great to see the youth in the township taking an interest in local government and civic duty, so that's excellent. And I wish both of you the best of luck on the scholarship and your future endeavors. It sounds like based on the conversation during our trustee office hours that both of you have extremely bright futures and are far ahead of the path that I had at that age. So very exciting times, and I wish both of you the best of luck. The fiscal office has continued work with Administrator Rose and the department heads finalizing the budget for 2025. Other than that, I'm looking forward to the Ohio Township Association Conference at the end of the month. It's a great opportunity to network with other local officials throughout the state, work together to develop new ideas, forward thinking, and just trying to figure out the best path forward for Concord Township. Some of those ideas can be, some of that motivation come from outside our township, so it's great to kind of put in that work and come up with some ideas that will benefit all of the residents here in Concord Township. So I'm looking forward to that at the end of the month down in Columbus. The report's generally short today. That pretty much wraps up all the detail that I have. If any residents have questions regarding township finances, they can reach me directly at 440-354-7516. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Patriarch. Trustee reports. Mr. Dondorfer.
As always, it seems to be a slow start of the year. I haven't had really too much correspondence from any residents. I did get a call from one resident regarding the service of the service department, regarding the roadways in the township and the nice job that they've done during these weather conditions. So kudos to Tim Brown and his staff. We also did receive some correspondence regarding a couple fire department runs that were pretty critical within the township, complimenting the firefighters. We're glad we're at full staff with that. Yep. I would also like to welcome our students who came to office hours today. They're applying for the Ohio Township Association scholarship. Best of luck to you both. And like John said, we'll be heading down to the Ohio Township Association conference at the end of the month and hope to get some good information on how we can best serve Concord Township. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Dondorfer. As Mrs. Lucci's not here, we won't have a report from her. Yes, I'd just like to welcome. It's actually nice to have not just the students here, but welcome, and but have an audience in general. It's so seldom that we do have an audience at our trustee meetings, so that's great. Welcome to everybody, and again, to echo the sentiments of my colleagues, very impressed with both of the students that are here this evening. Wish you both the best of luck, and I absolutely agree that you both seem very ambitious and have a lot of great things in front of you. So thanks for coming tonight. Yeah, it's been a little bit slow on the correspondence side. Haven't gotten our hands deep much lately. With regard to the Township Association Conference, the winter conference, for those that don't, we go every year at the end of January, early February. It is an opportunity for us to have workshops and learn different things, as most industries have conferences and so forth. But I did notice that the OTA board, which our other trustee, Mrs. Lucci, sits on, they adopted the legislative priorities for this year. And one of the things that's forefront is the local government funding. They are looking for, I think they do most years, always ask for more money to be allocated, but the local government fund is money that comes from taxes paid throughout the state through the state legislature, and it's distributed to each county, and then the counties there divide within each community a dollar amount. Last year, Lake County went through a process and changed a formula that was 42 years old, something like that.
1982.
Had it been adopted in 1982, it hadn't changed, and the townships in Lake County were not proportionally represented as funds flow. Well, we were able to work together and get a nice compromise, and our township will be seeing more of those tax dollars coming into Concord this year, and it'll be growing in the future. The only risk to that is if the legislature cuts that. So one of the things that I've taken a personal interest in is working with, so when we're down there, I do plan to talk to our legislative contact at OTA, at the Township Association, who's involved in lobbying with the representatives down in Columbus. And so that's something that I've taken a personal interest in over the last year or two, and will make that a part of my effort when I'm in Columbus, in addition to attending the workshops. So very much looking forward to that. Do want to say again, with the cooler temperatures and the snow, our service department's out. I see and hear them often, and just want to thank them. I know they don't hear much bad, which means mostly they're doing good, and want to thank them for their long hours and keeping our roads clear. And that concludes my report. Moving into the department, tonight we have our Administrator Andy Rose.
Thank you, Mr. McIntosh, members of the board, Mr. Patriarca, members of the audience, good evening. As usual, I'll start with some items on the agenda. Item B is Resolution 2025 Tax 03. That is a resolution to support the challenge of AT&T's tariff application to PUCO. AT&T has submitted paperwork to the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio to change the rules so that if there are certain types of utility relocations required for public improvements, that those costs be borne by the local entity. And obviously OTA, Ohio Municipal League, and numerous other government entities are against that. The resolution is prepared. I did get an email. I checked just before I walked in here. The Ohio Township Association Executive Director sent an email at 5:32 p.m. indicating that AT&T has withdrawn their application. I suspect because so many entities have passed resolutions such as this. I recommend we still pass this and send it down so that it's recorded and on the record. I suspect that AT&T will change the language and resubmit to PUCO and try to maybe negotiate or be a little more creative. So I recommend passage of this resolution. Item C and D are annual purchase orders for fire department. Those cover uniforms, and then there's also the vehicle maintenance agreement, apparatus agreement. Item E is a purchase order to Blackbird. That's for an amount not to exceed $30,000. It's time to upgrade and refresh the website. That hasn't been done since 2017, and it's requiring some soft grades and some other additions to the website to make it a little more robust and more user friendly. Item F is a purchase order. That's to Schindler Elevator. That's for the Fire Station 1 elevator maintenance contract. It is a long contract. That's very common in the elevator maintenance world, and it significantly reduces the cost per year. So I recommend approval of those. As Mr. Patriarca mentioned, continue working towards formulating the 2025 budget. Coffee with the administrator. The next one is scheduled for tomorrow at 9. Hope to see folks there. And remember, those have been shifted to the third Thursday of each month. Weather forecasts, I know folks have been watching, but weather forecasts for early next week, they're predicting some extremely cold temperatures. So we're going to make sure that our community center will be open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday during the very cold single-digit weather. I think the last forecast I saw, the high temperature for Tuesday, the 21st, I think they said it was 3 degrees. So with a wind chill, that'll be pretty chilly. But in the event that somebody needs to find a warm spot, charge their phone, don't know what's going to happen, we want to make sure that we're available to the community. So the community center will be open Monday and Tuesday from 9 to 9. And then I'll be at the Ohio Township Association Conference, so I'll be out of the office Tuesday through Friday, 28th to the 31st. And finally, I would just like to wish the Ohio State Buckeyes tremendous luck in their trip to the national championship game. I look forward to them hoisting the national championship trophy on Monday night. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. Is there any member from the audience that would like to come up and ask questions, address the board? Okay, seeing none. Next item of business is old. We don't have any old business, so we're jumping into the new business.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve the December financial report.
And I will second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-03, resolution supporting the Ohio Municipal League's challenge of AT&T's tariff application at the PUCO.
Second. Any conversation? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to approve Fire Department PO to Atwell's Police and Fire in the amount of $15,000 for fire department uniforms.
Second. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will make a motion to approve the PO for the fire department to Countryside Truck Service in the amount of $50,000 for fire department vehicle maintenance.
And I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the PO to Blackbird Digital, the amount not to exceed $30,000 for website update.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve a PO for the fire department to Schindler Elevator for an elevator maintenance contract in the amount of $12,000, which is $1,200 a year for the next 10 years, and to authorize the fire chief and/or administrator to execute said contract.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I will make a motion to approve the hiring of Caleb Davis, maintenance worker at $24 an hour pending background check and new hire paperwork.
And I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that concludes our new business. And next item is future meetings and announcement. Mr. Patriarcha.
On January 20th, Town Hall will be closed for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. February 3rd at 3 p.m., we'll have a staff meeting here at Town Hall. February 4th at 7 p.m., Zoning Commission here at Town Hall. February 5th from 5 to 6 p.m., trustee office hours here at Town Hall. And directly followed at 6 p.m., again on February 5th, trustees meeting here at Town Hall.
All right. And with that, we'll conclude our meeting. Thank you for coming tonight.
Good evening.
Well done.